FP3. Yeah, we're here with Carlos Sainz unable to start because he has been diagnosed of acute appendicitis and will require surgery. We wish Carlos Sainz a speedy recovery and we hope he gets better as soon as possible. A bad day for Lewis Hamilton yesterday, but he came back today with a bigger rear wings, which might compromise his race tomorrow and also compromise his qualifying because he said he never enjoyed his setup yesterday. Yes, Mercedes confirmed that both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell had different setups because they keep testing so many things to see how they can benefit. But George Russell is having a better team setup while Lewis Hamilton is having a very bad setup. His rear was giving way yesterday. Now today he's having bouncing issues. Oliver Bierman took the center stage for Carlos Sainz to take a representative of Carlos Sainz all through the weekend starting from today. And we hope we get to see Carlos Sainz soon. Maybe by Australia, Carlos Sainz should be back. We wish him speedy recovery like I said earlier. The FP3 today was not really much. It's just teams trying different setup, different things. But Max Verstappen and his team were not trying setups at all. They were trying to get the best qualifying and long pace, which get them setting the fastest time of the sessions, with Max Verstappen going lower 1 minute 28 seconds, Charles Leclerc coming second, and Sergio Perez coming third, and others coming back after them. The Aston Martin didn't really do well in this FP3, but I think they are trying different setups also, and they're sandbagging. Also, McLaren, we could see McLaren are really sandbagging because they're having a lot of pinching on their engine, and it shows that they are sandbagging. So we should see much of all this team during qualifying. Zhou Guanyu ran into the wall about 15 minutes to the end of the session. The drivers came out 5 minutes to the end of the session to set better times and continue their simulations for qualifying and how they will prepare. So up until FP3, let's see what really is going down and how they will qualify in FP3. So the same starting lineup, the same front row start as at Bahrain, starting again. Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc. That's how it is. A very beautiful qualifying lap. The Mercedes engines were showing good signs while the Mercedes itself was showing poor signs. The Mercedes cars were almost out in Q1 with Lewis Hamilton still struggling a little. I think his laps were a little bit better than before, but he was still struggling in Q1. They preferred to go on medium tires in Q1, but it didn't work for them. They quickly jumped back to get solid tires, the soft tires to go on with. In Q1, Max Verstappen showed his pace and he showed he's not come to play at all, while Fernando Alonso was showing some pace and some consistency with Aston Martin. But in all, Valtteri Bottas, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Logan Sargent and Zhou Guanyu were out. Zhou Guanyu could not set any time, although he was able to come out, but he was unable to set time in Q1 because of the accident he had in FP3. He was unable to set time. But it was something good for the stake team to be able to put him out there to try something. In Q2, Nico Hülkenberg on his first lap was out with transmission issue and he could not complete the lap. But Verstappen and Leclerc were dragging it out up front, showing the massive pace advantage they have over the rest of the team. With Oliver Bierman, Alex Albon, Magnussen, Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hülkenberg out in Q2. Oliver Bierman almost getting Hamilton out as Hamilton qualified 10th in Q2. It shows Oliver Bierman really came into FP3 and ran himself in and got a stance of himself to prove himself in Formula 1. And to Q3, yes, the Mercedes showed they have a long way to go, a long learning to learn. They are still nowhere around where they should be. But the McLaren, I told you in FP3, they were hiding their pace. They came up with their pace. On a one pace, the McLaren are still faster than the Mercedes, but the Mercedes look stronger on the long run. Also, the Aston Martin are faster than the Mercedes on one singular pace, but Mercedes still look stronger for them on a long run. With Fernando Alonso doing his best to qualify on the second row. Fourth, Max Verstappen P1, Charles Leclerc P2, Sergio Perez P3, and Fernando Alonso P4, with the McLarens coming behind and the Mercedes coming after them. It shows how far the Mercedes are. Tsunoda getting into Q3 is a good thing for the VCAP. Will Charles Leclerc be able to dethrone the Red Bull tomorrow? We can't say yet, but it still look all good for Red Bull, except they are having reliability issues, in which I'm not sure Red Bull will be having any reliability issues. They look strong, they look very fast, and they look pacing. But up until tomorrow, from what you are looking at, the race belongs to the two Red Bulls, because I think Sergio Perez will be able to overtake Charles Leclerc. But will Sergio Perez be able to overtake his teammate on a track in which he had won before? And he is always a king of street track. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Up until tomorrow, I love you guys.